reason and one reason only, and that is because they feel like it. Fear is caution over a real and present danger. The reason the people say no to you when you're making them an offer is because you created more anxiety in them than you have anticipation. My motivation, your motivation, the motivation of our children, our spouses, our business partners.
Myron Golden turns boring businesses into gold mines. Most entrepreneurs dream of fashionable digital firms, applications, or innovative concepts. But business consultant, lecturer, and mentor, Myron Golden teaches something quite different. That boring businesses, the ones people overlook, can become gold mines when operated with timeless principles. Myron explains how to develop long-term enterprises in his video, 4 biblical businesses that can never fail. He discusses 4 sorts of enterprises and their success factors, no matter how mundane. The goal is to develop lasting wealth and influence, not to chase trends or gamble on chance. Topic by topic, please. First, faith-based entrepreneurship. Myron Golden first highlights businesses founded on religious beliefs. He starts out by pointing out that the majority of business owners are just concerned with earnings. Money is a significant factor, but it cannot be the sole thing that drives people. In the market, businesses founded on a higher purpose, whether spiritual or value-driven, stand out from the competition. For instance, a business that bases its goal on providing service, being honest, and having integrity is more likely to garner trust and long-term loyalty from its customers. In this context, faith is about conviction, constancy, and persistence, not just religion. Is it important to know this? Whether it's an economic downturn, customer loss, or a shift in the industry, every company will eventually face a decline. Under pressure, a corporation that does not have a deeper purpose will fall apart. Nevertheless, a person who is led by ideals has the ability to pivot and endure. Myron explains that firms with a strong commitment to a particular cause naturally attract consumers. A family-owned business that places a high priority on justice and community impact may not seem to be glamorous, but it has the potential to develop wealth for future generations over the course of many decades. The first lesson is that you can make a boring idea a good brand by creating a round purpose. Second, service-oriented ventures. Myron describes a second type of company that focuses on providing services. At first glance, service firms may appear uninteresting. Service firms are not nearly as thrilling when compared to the introduction of a social networking site or the invention of the next electric automobile. However, it's important to note that service firms address everyday problems that people encounter and always seek solutions for. These may seem to be unremarkable, yet they are really necessary. Instead of being dependent on fleeting trends, they thrive on consistent demand. In his explanation, Myron emphasizes that individuals often fail to see the potential power that service firms possess. It is possible for a single individual to begin mowing lawns, but if they grow their business, employ people, and systematize the process, they may establish a landscaping firm that is worth multiple millions of dollars. The guiding philosophy here is to concentrate on delivering genuine and consistent value. Customers will pay for a service if it helps them save time, money, or worry, and they will pay for it on a continuous basis. Consequently, the so-called boring service endeavor turns out to be a gold mine, since it satisfies a demand that is always present. Third, educational and mentorship businesses. Myron focuses on education and mentoring as the third element that requires attention. In the world that we live in, the value of knowledge is higher than it has ever been. People have an insatiable need for knowledge, direction, and competence. Because of this, firms that provide coaching, training, and consulting services are seeing tremendous growth. At first glance, this does not seem to be boring. Myron, however, challenges this viewpoint. He believes that many people do not take advantage of their own knowledge to generate income. They believe that only academics or official institutions can engage in teaching. If you have mastered a talent, even one that seems mundane. You can actually make money by teaching others. As an example, a chef may establish a culinary school. A retired accountant can provide guidance to proprietors of small businesses on how to manage their cash flow effectively. And a marketing specialist can bundle methods into online courses or courses. Education is a scalable system. Knowledge can be digitized, replicated, and sold on a worldwide scale, unlike service employment, which involves exchanging one's time for monetary compensation. A single video course can reach thousands of students. Specifically, this is how Myron conducts himself. Taking time-tested business methods and teaching them all over the globe, he is able to expand both his revenue and his effect greatly. Thus, the realization: do not ignore what you already know. Your expertise has the potential to become a worldwide treasure trove. 4. Trade and product-based enterprises. Myron discusses enterprises that revolve around commerce and products. One of the earliest and most fundamental forms of commerce is the act of purchasing and selling products. Quite a few people consider it archaic or mundane. However, Myron brings to our attention that it is also one of the most dependable wealth creators. Products are something that people will constantly purchase, whether it be food, clothing, or building materials. The potential does not lie in the creation of anything entirely new. Rather, it rests in the provision of current items that are superior, more expedient, or handier. For instance, a neighborhood convenience shop may appear to be a small business, but with the right system in place, it has the potential to expand into a chain. A wholesaler that provides reliable supply may lock in long-term contracts. An online business that sells daily items has the potential to expand into foreign markets. The fundamental idea is straightforward. People will always have a demand for commodities, and if you are able to conduct business in a manner that is honest, reliable, and productive, your company will flourish. 5. Unified principles that make businesses succeed. When it comes to all 4 company models, Myron distills a set of ideas that have stood the test of time. 1. Beliefs and principles. Drive resilience. Companies that are committed to ideals that go beyond profit tend to endure for a longer period of time. 2. Put the needs of others ahead of your own. If you are able to solve genuine issues, your clients will be loyal to you. 3. Make use of your knowledge by teaching, mentoring, and multiplying it, rather than keeping it to yourself or confining it alone. 4. Trade is remaining. The act of selling items is not becoming obsolete. Rather, it is fundamental. 5. Systems generate scale. When a mundane organization is equipped with procedures that enable expansion without relying on a single individual, the business transforms into a treasure trove. 6. Adaptability equals survival. When the times change, those who stay adaptable while adhering to their ideals ultimately emerge victorious. These realizations demonstrate that achieving success in business is not about chasing excitement. Rather, it is about growing in a way that is sensible, ethical, and sustainable. 6. Why people overlook these businesses. Throughout his training, Myron Golden emphasizes the idea that people tend to disregard uninteresting firms simply because they do not seem to be attractive. The next billion-dollar app is something that everyone wants to create. However, the reality is that ordinary services, products, and mentorships generate more billionaires than revolutionary new businesses. The reason for this is straightforward. Boring firms concentrate on basics, which are demands that will continuously exist. People will always have a need for food, education, housing, healthcare, commerce, and services, regardless of how much the globe goes through change. Like, share, and subscribe.
Is a good question. I'm going to distract myself by watching a football game or a basketball game. I'm not going to anesthetize myself watching other people on the electronic income reducer live their dreams while I'm living a nightmare. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to work on the thing that's going to work for me, and I know it's going to work because I'm going to make